Hello everybody, Jared back again, and welcome back for another episode of Vintage Story. And we are 21 seconds away from a storm approaching. So, end of last episode, we were, maybe like 3 minutes away from the storm approaching. And in that time, I've done a little bit of renoing. I've expanded my, what are we calling these here? The pits. There's a word I'm looking there, but I can't find it. I've also moved our cellar from this little spot and just being a corridor that we kept walking through to being its own little space in this little room here. So now I can actually close the door and set it aside. I've also expanded our forge area here a little bit. Again, I don't want to make it too pretty in here because I want to be able to move from this location, not get too cozy. And storm is approaching. This is what it looks like when you're in a temporal storm. If you stay here, enemies will come after you. I'm going to sleep through this storm. So I should just get a note saying that the temporal storm is waning once it's over. If you want to stay awake during the storm, you absolutely can. Once you have enough armor and enough weapons, it's a really good way to get some gear from all the drifters and baddies. I am still, as we know, very, very squishy. So not ready for that. You can also just lock yourself in a room with like some sand in a panner or with your quern and just do some work. I was okay with just sleeping through it. That's totally fine. All right, before we go out and about, we need to get ourselves some food. We are hungry as heck. In my new little cellar here, what do I got? I do have some raw bushmeat, so let's get on that on the fire, and then let's do another thing of fruit and veggies. So I'll take you, and we'll use spelt grain. So I need 12 spelt grain. And let's get this stuff going on the fire. So in the cooking pot, on you go. Let's do you, and you. That'll get us, apparently it's wrong. Oh, I need one more. I need one more mushroom. Okay. Well, we'll also get you going. And let's just get these guys starting to heat up so that we don't have to think about that. Because I'm almost starving. You definitely don't need that much. Let's just do 3. Well, no, minus 4 pieces of meat, so it might actually need that much. Getting a little distracted there. All right, 6 should be totally fine for our food, though. Let's get you turned on. We're about to take some damage any moment now. And I know that I have the wrong ingredient list in my stew there, but even not just heating it up there, and I can go get one more mushroom. Please and thank you. Back out of there. We're gonna need to collect ourselves some more food pretty quickly here, which should be fine. We should be getting pretty close to having some of our smaller stuff harvestable, which will be good. Where do I have all of my wood stuff? I've got a latch door there. I got 2 doors in storage because I no longer needed that pathway. And this pathway still goes out over here. I think what I'm gonna do is I'll put this one over here because it feels like the light is not fully covering. There were guys that were spawning in here, to be completely honest. Yeah, wow, what just hit me? Are you shooting me? Holy crap, you are a sniper and a half, my friend. Ow. There we go. Man, what a shot. All right, while we're waiting for that food to cook up, we can get ourselves a little bit more of this going. Luckily, this has all worked. And like I said, that did work. So we're good to go there. And I'm about to take damage. Are you done? At least 2 of them are done. Nom. All right, what is the plan for today? What I want to do is continue to work on our little workshop space down there, which means I want some materials for the 2nd floor, meaning I want to go and grab the wood from that broken down windmill, because it has all that old wood on the sides, which I was using for the floor down there by the workshop I'm talking about. It is that bad boy down there. Okay, while we're out here, let's take a look at our vegetables here. So we got 4 out of 9 for my flax, 7 out of 11 for the soybeans. That's better. My spelt is getting there, but what I'm really interested in are these onions. What are these? Growing turnips. They're only 2 out of 5 right now, which actually isn't that great. I might want some more vegetables down sooner rather than later. So maybe actually getting to work on our vegetable or our future greenhouse spot might also not be a bad idea. Even if it's not a greenhouse right now, even if it's just open air kind of food, that's not that bad. All right, and you are done. Let's rescue that last piece of peat so that we don't burn through it. And you are done, so we can just launch on this guy. Unfortunately, bushmeat does not give you a huge amount of saturation, but better than nothing, right? All right, we'll grab you. And what is this going to take? A little bit over 2 to fill me up? Absolutely. And I'm going to just take the cooking pot off there and put it in the room here. So if I take a look at it in my inventory, it just says perishable because it's still hot, I think. Yeah, its current temperature is too hot, so I actually won't know what its spoil rate is. But it shouldn't spoil as fast in the greenhouse. And just confirming that this is yes, it is. Up in the top corner here on my HUD mod here, it tells me that it is a cellar. And then out here is a house. Perfect. Cool. Let's put this away. Oh, actually, the other thing I wanted to do while this is still hot is let's get the crucible on here before we run away. It's already hot, and I can get one more piece of charcoal going there. There we go. That's gonna heat that bad boy up. And in the night, I did break all of those guys apart, so I'm gonna be able to get us a massive amount of, and it's a little less than that. There we go. Massive amount of tin going here. So 92, 92. There we go. And one more for good measure. Should just be able to do 28. There we go. So those 4. And then it's 8 each, so 30, sorry, that's charcoal, 32 should be enough for, is that 2,000? But I have to wait for this guy to be done. That's fine. Where are you? Put you on my back, grab you. And that's why we've got these ingot molds, because I can fill just 1 ingot. Absolutely beautiful. Back on there. This is the right one. Yes, it is. And this should be 2,000 tin bronze. Absolutely beautiful. Let's get this nicely going here. I know I just tossed that into the midair there. There we go. Come back. We're actually going to need more than just a 9 there. I think it's going to be all the way up to about 15, 16. Let's just put that there for now. All right, while that heats up, let's go take a quick gander and planning of where this greenhouse is going to go. Do I even have the seeds to plant so I'm not being crazy? I do have onion seeds. Yeah, I've got a little bit. Yeah, we've got enough to do a decent amount of planting. Let's just go plant it out. It's going to be over here. All right, so here is the plan. Looking on the map, we are right between these fields and our current location for our house, which, as we spoke about, is going to be around these guys. So my plan is to put a double stack story of greenhouses along here, with the path coming from the water up past the greenhouses and up towards where our future forge and windmill will be, up on that mountain right there. Because windmills get a little bit more efficiency the higher from sea level they go. So, you know, building it up on that little cliff, or maybe that one right there. I was originally planning on possibly doing it up there, and that's still something I could consider, actually, is that, but I mean, it's so far away from my house, right? So if my house is over there, I mean, kind of spreading out the area a bit wouldn't be terrible. But no, I still think I want to do my workshop greenhouse area over there. So it's pretty close to my house and it's not that far away. That's the idea. As we go along, plans may change, but what my plan is to do 4 individual greenhouses. So flour, vegetables, and then grains or something, and maybe do a little bit of spreading around as we go along. All right, there we go. So this is going to be the inner layout of my greenhouse. So the inside dimensions of your greenhouse can be up to 14 by 14 by 14 tall, which means I could make this greenhouse a little bit bigger. What this layout is, it is 14 long because it's 12 long of plantable area, and then one extra path by, what is it, 4, 5, 6, only 10 wide. So I could make it wider, but I'm okay with this layout. So in the past, I've done 3 deep, but I kind of like this pathway through. And you know what? With an individual person, we're not playing on a multiplayer server. This is going to be more than enough planting area, particularly once we find a bunch of medium fertility soil or make our medium fertility soil. And if we have 4 of these greenhouses going, that's going to be more than enough planting area. So the idea is, at least my idea is to have another identical one right here, and then having a path going up in between these two, climbing the hill a bit, and then rising above this greenhouse, so layered up so that it fits into the hill, is another greenhouse layer, kind of staring up a little bit. But we're going to do the first one first, get these guys planted so that we have some food in the ground, and then we'll go from there. So let's go get some water and some seeds, and also pour out our tin, which may or may not be ready for us. We'll go check. All right, let's check on these guys. It's still burning away. It's got a little ways left to go. Even if I leave it, as long as it melts, I'm totally fine with reheating the melted material back down again. That's totally fine. On that note, it actually might take a little bit more charcoal than that to finish this off. It does take quite a while. The more you put in these crucibles, the more charcoal you're going to need to melt it. And so some people like to do smaller batches. In my personal opinion, like if I did this in, like 2 or 3 small batches, it might take 10 charcoal each batch. Whereas this is just going to take, 20 charcoal for the whole thing. I haven't done the math. It just makes sense to me. All right, let's put all of these guys away. This is getting a little bit full of stuff. What I might need is at least 1 more, maybe 2 more hose. I don't know how much life is left in that. At least half life. All right, that's fine. And let's get as many seeds as we can get in the ground. All right, so it is now summer. So we can definitely get the spelt. There's a chance it's going to take 18 days to get the rye harvested. I might wait until after the flax grows and then replace it with the rye later on in the fall. But we can absolutely get the onions. And the turnips are probably fine if we get them in now. It's not going to get to really hot until July, August. So if we get these turnips in now, there's a chance, a very good chance, that we'll be able to get those guys done before it gets too hot. So let's go get the rest of those in the ground. I need my bucket. I don't remember if I left the bucket out there or not, but we need a bucket either way. Let's grab some water. On that note, I think, yes, we did get the water from over here, but let's actually just make sure that we're not just now. My brain is getting a little bit scared that I left seawater in these guys. I know that they would be telling me, yeah, these plants would be telling me they're getting bad nutrients if I put seawater in there. So I wasn't that dumb. Thank goodness. All right. I might as well just hoe both these just to get them ready to go. They also won't grow as much grass on them if I get these down in there. All right, that's it, fully hoed out. Let's get the rest of these seeds down. I did not bring my torch with me, so I want to get all this stuff in the ground before it gets too dark. It is 8 o'clock at night. So all of these are going to take different required nutrients. So P, N, and N. So technically what I could do is I could say this is my N crop field. That's my P. For right now, I'm just going to fill 1 and just call it a day. Well, you know what? Sure. Why the heck not? We'll call that one the takes P, and these ones the take N. I was just going to say that I don't really care, but sure, why not, right? Show you the difference. So yeah, you just have to, if you look at the ground, it'll say how much nutrients is there and how much, what it is taking. So this is taking P, but there is growth speed 100% or 98% because there is 50% P in this soil. So the nutrient level there, that's what will increase if you get better nutrient soil. So high fertility soil will have a stronger percentage, and then, TerraPretty will have even more after that. So if we look at these guys, we can already see that they've taken almost 20% of the K out of the ground, which means their nutrients growth speed is only 55%. So if I put saltpeter in here or another fertilizer, it would make it go a little faster. But I don't think we have saltpeter. So there's nothing we can do about that. That just means that we have to do some changeover of crop fields, right? So the next time we plant these guys, they can't be in this field. They're going to have to be in a different field that has the nutrients back. But luckily, we can just replace the soil with more soil, and it'll just start from scratch if we wanted to. But changeover of all of the seeds would also be useful. All right, this guy's done, and we can save 1 piece of charcoal there. Perfect. And let's get this bad boy poured. Now this is going to be more than we actually have a pourable molds here, so that's good. But we can always, again, heat this up again in the future. All right, there's 4. There's a big crash. 1, 2, and I'm gonna leave the rest of it in the crucible, and that way we can just fill the crucible again later if we need to. All right, I think I need one more torch. I know I am burning through my lumps of fat way faster than I want to. We need to get ourselves some animals. Maybe catching some pigs might not be a bad thing to do. But it's gonna get dark out there sooner rather than later. And get you down. I went through all except for one of the... Oh, no. Get yourself back down. I went through all except for one of the hose. But that's okay. All right. Instead of taking you guys out there in the darkness, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take myself up. Sorry. Let's put you down. I'm going to take myself up for a run up to the old windmill there and do some dismantling of our friend up there, of all of the rotten wood or the old wood. And then I'll bring you guys back in the morning once I've done that dismantling, and we'll continue working on our shed down there. And if I see any wolves out there, because I hear them, I might go for a wee hunt. And... Whoa! Whoa, that guy got double hit. All right, I don't think I got the one over there, but hopefully he ran somewhere where I can see him. Let's grab this guy here. Hopefully we get a little bit more fat and a little bit more meat and all that jazz. Hell yeah. There you go. Perfect. All right. Man, all these guys are low weight right now, which seems a bit silly. Look at all this nice fresh grass out and about. All right, that is a crap ton of meat and fat. And to be completely honest, struck by lightning. Oh, that's how I got that freaking deer. Did they get struck by lightning? That is absolutely insane. Also, kind of terrifying. We need to get ourselves a lightning rod if we get some animals, I guess. All right, so we got 3 and 12 meat. I think I'm actually, because I'm so close to home still, I'm gonna run this meat home, get it in the fridge so that it doesn't go bad while I'm out there doing my dismantling. All right, and I actually didn't notice that we had more down here, so that's actually 18 meat. And now that's given us 2 small hides, 1 large hide, and 3 medium hide, all good for, if I close this door, wonder if that'll add the more. 19, 19, and 17. Yeah, so just by closing that door, we got a little extra out of those guys. Perfect. And I was saying I used up too much of my fat. Got some fat back and a bunch of bones. I'm actually going to take the rest of this meat with me, or that food with me. There's only 1 more serving left, but that's fine. I'm going to be going through it when I get up there. And when we get back down, we'll have to do a little bit more cooking with that meat. So maybe I'll get some more vegetables while I'm out. See if there's any mushrooms in the forest on my run. All right, now I'm actually getting back to the windmill spot. All right, so while I'm here, I think I want to take the very aged debarked logs, maybe the rotten logs. We'll see how much inventory space we have. And then I also obviously want all of these aged wooden slabs. So that's all I'm here to dismantle. I should just be able to take them all apart individually, and we can use these as a cool little retro build down in the new spot. Now I could also take stuff like this, quarter log corners, but I don't think I'm ever going to... Oh, there's a little bit of charcoal right there. Oh, and an aged my treasure chest there. That's actually not that bad either. You know what? Sure, you can come with me. I don't care as much about the stuff that's inside of it. In fact, I really don't want that warhammer. It'll just break almost immediately, but you know, I'll take the other guy. Cool. All right, I'm gonna do some dismantling, and I'll bring you guys back later in the morning. Jesus, bloody, ah! I don't know if I can get away from this bear. I don't have any stackable resources. Yes, I do. Are you still chasing me, Mr. Bear? Good gosh, there's a way to crap your pants. Oh, he almost one-tapped me. Well, we need pelts. So maybe, I try and lure this bear into a hole. I want more of the stuff. Okay. There he is right there. All right. Let's see if we can survive this. And I'm okay with that weird little side slot there. That's fine. Where are you, my friend? Get back in my pocket. All right, 1, 2, 3, and boom, boom. It's a weird little hole, but it's going to do what we need it to do. I wonder. Ah, you jerk! Really, dude? I don't have the light for this. Oh, you jerk! Oh my god! And now he's in the hole with me. You absolute dick. Oh, I hate that with a fiery passion. All right, well, you know what? While we're waiting on that, let's get some more food going on the stove so that we have food ready for us when we get home. You absolute jerk. Frickin' murdering me while I'm sitting there setting a trap for a bear. I hate that. I hate that so much. All right, well, we're gonna get 6 servings of red meat with red wine caps and stewed red currants. And then once this is on the fire and going, we'll go back and see if we can get our body. Bears and shivers. Jerks. All right, we're closing in on the spot again. What do we think the chances are that Shiver is just chilling in that hole still, or is he despawned because we've gone far enough away? It looks like he's despawned. I don't know if the bear will have despawned or not, though. So let's take a quick gander around and see if we can find the bear. Shiver would have despawned due to the sun, but I don't think the bear will have done that. I wonder if I can get high ground here and then see the bear. Mr. Bear? Is he right there? I think that's him right there. Well, while we're up here, might as well do a little bit of dismantling. All right, I think that's actually the majority of the pieces I can grab. Most of these other ones you can see are like in small little chunks, so not really receivable. Just make sure I'm collecting all the ones that are spilt all over the place, and also making sure that bear hasn't come a little bit closer. This one looks like it is retrievable. Perfect. All the rest of these, oh, this one might be. There we go, which means this one might be. Yep. Let me have you. All right, fine. I have to break you to get you. There we go. All right, what kind of a haul did we get here? We got 8 age logs, 5 debarked, 33 wooden slabs. Not horrible, but we'll probably have to do a little bit more finding of other ones in different places. That's okay. Oh, I see I got another piece there. Yeah, most of the rest of that. Oh, there is actually some more up there. Just a second. That might be all of it. Are you one? You're one. All right, I need to stop doing this, guys. Back to gameplay. Let's see if we can get this bear to where we want it to be. Got them all? Okay. So, get you down. My hole is right here. Got no friends trying to get me. I saw the bear last over there. I've got some stones to throw at him just to get his attention. And I don't want to go too far away from my hole, but I might have to. Where did you go, Mr. Bear? Do not just jump out of a hole at me, my friend. I would be most displeased with you. Where did this guy go? He's gonna sneak behind me on me, isn't he? Where are you? Where are you, Mr. Bear? I might have to come back for him later, because I don't want to go too far from my trap. You know what I mean? Oh, there he is up there. All right, that's too far from the trap that I made. So I might want to make another trap for him then. You know what? Why the heck not? Okay, there he is. Jeez, that's close. I wonder if I can get tall enough that I can just throw rocks from him from here. Doesn't seem like it. Buddy. Hey, friendo. No, don't run away. Run towards. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Here I am. I'm looking real tasty. Come get me. No! Fall in, you jerk! Oh, no! No! Oh, that sucks so bad. Oh, that's so annoying. Oh my gosh. I feel like they've gotten smarter. These freaking bears. All right, back again. Where are you, friendo? There's a chance he might have just fallen in the pit. He did not. Oh, he's right there. I see him. Let's get this on my back. Okay, here he comes, here he comes. Come on, fall in, fall in. Did you fall in? You jerk. Do I want to just give up on this bad boy? I don't want to give up on him. Why do I have these support beams? But I also don't want to like keep ending my life. Where is this guy? Where did this guy go? He's not going to sneak up on me, is he? All right, let's take one more quick gander up in the air. See if I can see him. Where is this guy? Did you just like really run away? There's another dead fox. Man, this guy has been murdering things left, right, and center, hasn't he? All right, we've got 2 holes for him. Can't believe I've lost him. But I don't want to lose my life again. So you get to keep your life for a little while, Mr. Bear. And I'll come back when I'm more heavily prepared and will not just go on a death cycle trying to get you. Yeah, you get your life, my friend. I'll be back. Hello, friendo. Oh, I wonder if this is the one that I damaged earlier, because it's immediately running away from me. There he is. Okay, he's right there. There we go. Man, I am not having a good showing when it comes to fighting these animals, am I? But you know what? We got him, and he is a decent boar, which is absolutely awesome. Now, I really should be starting to collecting these guys and getting them, you know, farmed. But for right now, I'm not horribly interested in doing that. So, we're going to leave it alone. Let's get these pelts into our salt water, though. Not salt water, our lime water, because we should have another pretty hefty chunk here now of medium pelts. We also have the large pelt, which should not be a bad idea. Oh, the other thing we have is we have our original bear pelt. There's just some lead right there. I wonder if that bear pelt is ready. Man, that bear really like gave it to me, didn't he? What an annoying little thing that was. But sorry, the bear pelt that we have could be made into a piece of armor, I think. So let's go take a quick gander and see if that thing is ready for us. I don't quite remember what the recipe is, but I think I just need the one bear pelt. Man, my game is really stuttering right now for some weird reason. Hopefully it calms itself down a little bit. All right, close the door behind me. Let's get the meat in here. We've got another 12. Got a little bit more grain. We've got ourselves 5 rye, which I think I decided I was going to use later. I've got 5 medium and 1 large to get in the water if it is ready for us. I'm actually not too sure if it is going to be ready for us or not, though. Also, I'm just clocking the fact that I won't have enough lime for this. Do I want to sit here and wait for that? Let's go take a quick gander down there and just see what it is. But I think I only made enough lime water for the 2 batches, didn't I? Well, that was mighty silly of me. All right, let's get, not you, you. We're going to put all of this aged log and rotten logs. And I did go back and get a little bit more of the slabs, but I think we'll deal with that later. And I also have some aged support beams. I'm not too sure if I'll use them or not, but I got them. And some of you. And I'm also hungry. But I got you. Nom. Almost nothing in that bowl of food. Nom. And one more. Cool. All right, let's go see how this lime water is doing. And if actually I can... Did I leave my age log? Age log. There's my oak. See if it's ready to be oaked up as well. I can't remember how long that oak needs to be in there for week 10, but we'll go see. And I'm being chased by a wolf. Did you not come with me? You jerk. There he is. Come on, dude. Oh, you're gonna run away? I want your hide. I've got enough health to deal with you, I think, my friend. Yeah. Oh, you're gonna run away? Okay. Man, my game is just struggling right now, you guys. There we go. We got him, though. And let's see what kind of skin and fur you'll give me. All right, 2 more hides. That's absolutely freaking fantastic. And a few more bones. All right, let's go see what our lime water is doing here. I've also made a different plan for these walls, so these are not going to be what they look like. Oh, 12 soaked in. Oh, am I looking at the wrong one? There we go. 34. So 34 water. There we go. So I should be able to get. Ooh, you know what? Let's do a little bit of math here. So 7 times 4 is what? 28. So I only need 28 in here. So that should be all that I need to do that. Yeah. Is 8 enough to do one of these? Yeah, it seems like it is. Absolutely perfect. There we go. All right. And then, so in these guys, let's do 12. Oh, wait, I have to get these ready. You got 2, get them prepared. 2 scraped hides. So I can do 12 scraped hides. Good to go. And I can do 4 more scraped hides. Well, there we go. We know that we're going to have exactly basically the right amount of lime to tannin water to get all of these guys going as basically a batch of 4. All right, so in my weak tannin, I'm going to now turn this into strong tannin. So it's going to take 5 more. Let's get both these guys ready to go. Sealed and sealed. So these guys in 24 hours will turn into strong tannin. These guys in 3 days will turn into prepared hides. So they're going to turn from scraped hides to prepared hides, which will then be able to go into our strong tannin. Absolutely beautiful. Cool, cool, cool. Do I want to start working on this? I don't think I'm quite prepared with my ingredients for this yet. But we did get enough floor pieces to do a little bit more of what I was thinking. Maybe give the actual roof exactly what I was looking for. But yeah, so my thought is not to do stonework here, but to do a stone foundation first level and then do wood for the rest of it. So all this is going to come down. We'll be able to use it on a different spot. I'm also wondering if I can do a little bit of chiseling and do like stone, a little bit of chisel of a little bit of a lip, and then wood going straight up. It's kind of the plan that I'm going with here. But let's head back and throw the rest of this away. All right, we were talking about my friend here. So this is now a black bear pelt with head. So I'm going to press H on it. And I have a few different ingredients I can do right now. So the first thing I can do is I can oil it just as a curable piece of fur, like that. Oh wait, no, that's how I get the head. How do I just do... Oh, with oil. Okay, gotcha. Not oil, with fat. But that's what I did. Isn't that what I got? So I guess it goes there again. But raw to perishable, salted to oiled, curable. Either way, that's not what I want to do. I want to make myself... Do I just need one for the bear armor? I think I do only need one. So that's going to give me a bunch more protection. So I need basically 3 different bear heads. I mean, full bear pelts to make myself all of the armor. So this is going to take 4 ropes and a bunch of bones. I do have a bunch of bones. There's a few in there. I put these in the wrong hole there. I should have more than enough bones there. Now, do I have enough stuff for ropes? I do not. I have no more cattails. Also, I have cattail roots that need to be planted in the ground. So maybe... Do I have any ropes in here? I have no ropes in here. Let's go get the cattails planted. And then let's also go and get a bunch of stuff for ropes, which I'm actually just going to use instead of cattails, because cattails are expensive. And I think I might just fill this bad boy with my cattail. Yeah, sure. We'll make this into a cattail swamp. Lovely. I'm going to use not moss, vines. I'm gonna use vines, but let's get these guys in the water first. Now, you do not need to plant cattails in water. They can just be planted on the ground. Heck, they can be planted in like freaking sand if you want to. I think aesthetically it's kind of nice that they're in the water. It looks like it's a little bit more natural. It probably is a little bit actually harder for me to harvest, and I'm making my life more difficult than I need to. But I'll go for the RP. Role play for the win. It just looks more aesthetically pleasing. I'm also going to want quite a bit more than this. Although I am probably going to get a mod that was suggested to be in a comment, and I was already planning on getting it. It's the honeycomb one. I'm blanking on what it's called. Golden honey, something along those lines. I'll show you guys when I actually finally get it. I don't need it quite yet, but it allows me to make a little bit more multiple harvestable beehives. And there is for golden combs just in general. Anyway, it allows you to make a couple different types of harvestable bee skeps instead of the ones over there, which I'm gonna have to break every time I grab them. But that's in the future. We're not gonna get it this episode, maybe in a couple, once we get our greenhouse going. All right, so rope. I can make them out of either 6 cattails or 3 vines. And seeing as there is a crap ton of vines just chilling on all of these trees, hanging out everywhere, I should just be able to get myself a bunch of these vines. And that's going to be cheaper and not utilize all of our nice and precious cattails that we can use for more bee skeps. So get over here, vines. Get in my pockets. I need 12 of them, I think is the number that I'm looking for. There's 9. If I get more than 12, that's totally fine. Come on. And there we go. I got 13. 13 is fine. All right, let's get ourselves back home into safety because it is getting a bit dark and the rift activity is getting there. It was kind of nice last night not having any rifts. Well, you know what? There it is. There's the 4. All right. What was the recipe for the body armor? All right. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It needs you, and I need 4 bones. And there we go. It is black bear hide body armor. It's flat damage reduction of 0.5 HP. Percentage of protection is 55%. It does have a bunch of negatives, so healing effectiveness is down, hunger rate goes up, and affects my range weapon time and my walk speed, which kind of sucks. But it's going to be, I actually don't even have armor on right now, much better than nothing. And now I look all cool. Whoop, there we go. Looking all cool. My beard does stick through there, but this is pretty awesome early game armor. And in fact, my head cap, whatever it's called, Goes with this pretty well, but I'm definitely going to go for the stronger bear armor in the future. Just need to get myself a bear. Stupid bear for not dying for me. I just wanted more of that bear armor. All right, let's get the rest of this put away. Ooh. What the heck? How the heck did you get in here, my friend? It's probably just not quite... Either he walked in or it's not quite bright enough in this building. That's okay. You didn't even give me anything cool. Is there any other friends that are just chilling in here? He might have actually spawned in here and then just walked into my house, to be completely honest. Probably is what he did. We should probably keep this door closed. All right, I've got a plan. Here's hoping that the drifters are going to leave me alone tonight. Let's go down there and get some work done on our space. What I think I'm going to do is... And we can always take it apart if we don't like it. Is we have now these nice aged logs. And I think I'm going to use them as my corner pieces. I'll show you what I mean in just a second. He says just like running around holding on to a piece of food. With medium drift activity, hopefully we're not going to be hurt too bad. But my thought is this. Cool. And then taking my... This is birch. I actually want larch. Well, let's actually take a look at what both of them look like. So I'm going to do a little bit of larch. I'm just going to do all of it. And I know I don't want birch. Well, you know what? Just to show you guys what the difference is aesthetically, I'll do a piece of birch. All right. And when you grab these pieces, you can actually change their orientation. So this is just a standard orientation. So if I were to move this down here, it's going to now go down depending on how you place it. Like so, right? But you can also change it so that it is set in a particular. So now it would be only horizontal. And if I do it one more time, it'd be only vertical. And I want it to be only vertical. Now I'm going to dismantle all these. I kind of have a feeling that these might be a little bit too light. Let's see what they look like in contrast. First off, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm just going to go 6 up for right now. I'll go more later. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hopefully we have enough to finish this off the way I want it to. Also noticing that dropped. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I actually... Did I bring more? I need one more for that one. If I bring one more for that one, I'm going to need to find more of these if I want them to be all the same for the top here. There is that to think about. I'm just going to do this for right now. Get myself up there. Because this won't be enough to get all the way to the second floor. Although, we could just make the second floor less. And maybe just one more in each one. Which means I could just go take a quick gander and see if I can find more. You know, because if I only need 4 more, I might be able to find those back at the ruin there. All right, so thoughts here. I think what I want to do is, if I can jump myself in here, I want it on the inside, like this. All right, that's not terrible. And then we can always do a little bit of chiseling. And if I did that, and then remove this one, I can make that into a window. And then we'll do that one, and I only have enough for one more piece here. Do that, do another window. Yeah, that's not terrible. I don't mind that. It is quite light, but actually that contrast isn't bad at all. So you know what? I'm going to say that that is absolutely fantastic. And that means that we can actually use all the larch that's up and around here. And you can just use the general state one there as well. All right, I brought a bunch of wooden slabs. So my thought for those was, and we can use that one there, that they would all go as the floor piece like this. There we go. And that way we get 3 and a bit. I think that's going to be fantastic. Let's replace all this dirt with these floor pieces here. And again, we won't have enough to finish the entire thing. We have enough for a bit. All right, there we go. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of this reclaimed aged wooden slab to the larch. I don't mind it as the floor because it's floor and then slate and then the larch. So that isn't the worst transition in the entire world. But maybe I'll make it look like the floor was a reclaimed old barn and then the upper story was secondary, like an addition, you know what I mean? So this might go away in the future, but for right now I'm gonna leave it be. All right, so I think in between episodes, what I might go do is I might go and harvest a bunch of this larch up on the mountain there, turn it into some slabs, and get this entire perimeter walled in, if you know what I mean. We'll let these guys stew for a bit, and I'll bring you guys back in a future episode and show you what we've done here. But I think on that note, I am gonna call this episode here. What? How do we get to ourselves? There we are. So thank you very much for watching, guys. We got a decent amount done today, I think. Got some of our building going. Got some bear armor. Died a bunch of times to a bear. I apologize for that. Got our new farm going up there for our new greenhouse, which is pretty sick. All right. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next episode with this building a little bit more done. All right. Thanks, guys.